Hi, my name is Tammy Zimmer, and my presentation is on a special MRI scanner, the Phonar Upright. I'll be discussing a proposal for retaining the upright in the Puget Sound region and improvements to allow for cerebral spinal fluid flow functional imaging studies. Now, this is an image of the Phonar Upright scanner. Most of the exams are done in this seated load-bearing position where the weight of the head is on the cervical spine, or the head and the shoulders and chest on the lumbar spine. And this is an image of a traditional MRI scanner, and the only position available or possible is laying down or the recumbent position. Some background information on the Phonar. It lives in Renton, Washington, and it's the only open upright MRI scanner in the Puget Sound region. And it provides services to the surrounding states and to Canada. Has the unique capabilities of load-bearing and positional brain and spine imaging, and this is very important to chiropractors and neurologists. Listed in the resources are several scientific papers and demonstration articles that cover the benefits of load-bearing positional imaging and the differences when comparing exams done upright versus recumbent. In particular, I'd like to draw your attention to Dr. Scott Rosa's paper on cranial junction syndrome. Dr. Rosa is a chiropractor working out of Albany, New York, and he uses a Phonar to image his brain and cervical spine injury patients, and he has been able to work wonders. The objectives of this presentation are to retain the Phonar upright in the Puget Sound region. I'm going to do this by demonstrating the patient satisfaction with having an open, upright, seated option for MRI available to them. Also, for the patients that have Ehlers-Danlos and traumatic head and neck injury or whiplash, hypermobility, Chiari malformation, having load-bearing imaging is really critical to their diagnosis. It's also critical for the providers to be able to order these exams. And it's something that I do almost on a daily basis. So being able to present this information to the owners of the Phonar, the CDI, and let them know that this is a viable resource and that there's room to grow in developing further, more advanced imaging in the realm of cerebral spinal fluid flow imaging. So the strategy to fulfill these objectives is a planned trip to New York, where I've been invited to go to the Phonar headquarters, where they perform these advanced anatomical and functional load-bearing imaging exams, and to collect data on this, as well as visit with Dr. Scott Rosa in his Albany clinic, where he's going to be performing similar exams, and to be able to discuss his protocols on what he feels is important and the business strategy behind it, to develop a interview outline, observation and interview outline for this New York. I'm going to need to become quite knowledgeable on the conditions and diseases that benefit from these kinds of diagnostic images, and the frequency of how often do they occur. And I'll need to include this in the interview outline. I also have some local resources, some comrades who are willing to let me observe recumbent CSF flow exams at Kaiser and Virginia Mason. And I'll use this information, the kinds of exams and the benefits of them, and the frequency of how often they're going to be used in, and how CDI might be able to incorporate this into their product line, and build a kind of a storyboard that might eventually become some marketing tools. So, why is this important to me? Well, I am a healthcare provider, and taking care of people is the foundation of my profession. The continuing education coursework that I take at Bellevue College has expanded my horizons on medical technical procedures, and has emphasized the duty that I have to provide service and support to the population to ensure good health. So my work experience with the FONAR, the 10 years that I've been working on the FONAR, and I've gained quite a bit of understanding and empathy for the patients and the providers that choose this scanner for its unique qualities and utility. The magic moment, well, everybody has one. Yeah, it was early in my career working on the FONAR. The FONAR Corporation requested permission to use the scanner to image one of their female relatives who was here in the Pacific Northwest. They were given permission, and so they came in and they tore the system down and they upgraded it and were able to get a suite of exams performed, including a CSF flow study. And they rebuilt the system back to where it was before, and packed up all their things and went home. The patient is currently under the care of Dr. Rosa. She finally made it back to New York and is doing quite well. And for me, that was kind of the beginning of this. The Phonar Upright is a vital and valuable tool for diagnostic medical imaging because of its unique load bearing and positional capabilities. The services to the community and customer satisfaction in having this MRI option available is huge. It is a valuable resource for CDI, and its unique properties and potential growth for functional load-bearing CSF flow studies is something that should be explored. On the resource page, there's a link to the FONAR website where you'll find a newspaper article written about Jim McMahon and the injuries that he sustained while being a football player. He's a patient of Dr. Rosa, and Rosa was able to help him hugely improve the quality of his life. It's a good article, quick read.